Hi everybody, Richard here with EduData Consulting. Last week I had the honor of presenting at the Association of Technology Leaders in Independent Schools annual conference in Columbus, Ohio, and my topic was event management with Google Workspace. So per usual, I shared sort of a tool that I have been developing over time. And one of the favorite things I like to do is actually get feedback from the attendees and ideas for improvements or features to be added to the application. And in that, what happened was someone had asked about tiered approval systems. So what I demonstrated was an add-on that could essentially have one layer of approvals, and then that would then process the event to be sent to calendars and the notifications and all of those pieces that go into event management. So I spent the last week thinking deeply about what a tiered approval system could look like, and really thought about in terms of a conditional based approval system. So for example, if you're in a school where certain spaces are managed by certain people and you need to get their approval before the final approval, this is the problem that this tiered approval solves. So let's look at an example. So let's say we want to go create an event, and I'm just going to call it location approval event, just so we're clear. We're going to do it here on May 8th from 8 to 9, and the organizer will be me. IT department, we'll do it in building 1. Testing tiered approval workflow is our purpose of this event. Just one person, I'll continue. So there's no budget for this, it's not recurring. There is this NPR space that we're going to be using for this event. This is sort of the tell that if we're going to use the NPR, we need an approval from person X to make this happen. So I'm not going to add any of the additional support items, but these same rules apply to these items here. So you can connect point people for each of these items to give their approval before the final approval. So let's go ahead and hit continue, and we're going to submit our event to the front office for approval. This triggers that email to the stakeholders that need to approve the message. And I'm actually doing this from an account that has final approval authority. So rather than checking the email and going through all of that, I'm simply going to click on this requested event, and we're going to take a look at the sidebar. So notice how there are no longer buttons here to approve an event. So the approval status is pending because we need the owner of the NPR space to grant us their blessing to use that space. So what I will do is pull down the owner of that space. I'm going to open the event manager. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this event request. And for this one individual, they are going to have a slightly different screen. So they have now a button that says Approve Departmental Request. So essentially, I am sort of managing the space, and I can say, yes, you're allowed to do it for that purpose. When I click Approve, this isn't approving the event. It's saying, yes, you can use that space. So now, if we go back to the main approver, and we can just refresh or re-click on it, it's going to give us an updated status on that NPR. So we can see that the approval status is approved, and then I can select the destination calendars for which that event needs to be attached to. So I can then click Final Approval and Book Room. What this process will do is email all of the stakeholders. It deleted the event from the event request calendar and added it to my destination calendar of Campus 1. And as you'll see, it also booked the room and invited the organizer. So there you have it. So that's how you can take an idea from a session and then toy with it a little bit and then build out something that makes your application even better. So thanks for watching. Bye.